It's Love and Lavender, my beautiful royal family. It's Nubia Kamisha Sade. And if you are dating or if you're in a relationship that feels a little gray, unaligned, or if you may have some questions about why your romantic dynamic is feeling a little off and it's giving slight unreciprocity, this video is for you. If you are dating or if you're in a relationship that feels like it's something off or something missing, I'm going to provide you with some key factors in understanding vetting, courting, and where you and your specific archetype is valuable. And if that's working for you in the current relationships that you're in, relationship or ships, in the current relationship or ships that you're in, or the dating that you're in, or the type of men that you're attracting, we're going to get into the tea. First, let me say that I will be abstracting a lot of this information from my ebook, Feminine Equipment for Ascension. If you want to learn more about that ebook, I'll put it down in the edit section, the caption section and area. But let's get into it. I wanted to do this video today specifically because I had a very alarming conversation with a young lady who is currently right now, she's in a romantic dynamic that feels very strenuous. It doesn't feel good. It feels like there needs to be so much work. There's a lot of conflict. And what I've seen from her is her digging deeper into what she's doing wrong in the romantic dynamic. I can tell that she's a natural submissive woman. And because of the submission, she's following the leadership of a man who is, in my opinion, not equipped to lead anyone. We're going to talk about that. So first, let me open up by saying there is a difference between chemistry and compatibility. So here's a key focus. Chemistry sparks attraction, but true compatibility sustains a relationship. So what I'm getting ready to teach you is going to help you discern whether you are truly aligned with whatever man that you're with, or man that you're attracting, or man that you're dating, if you're truly aligned with his purpose and the stage in life that he's in, or just caught up in chemistry and fleeting chemistry and lust, because sometimes that could be it too, ladies. So here's the thing about men's focus and shift as they move through life. Men's main purpose and focus is his purpose. Women's main focus is usually historically love. But we are moving in a new day and time where a lot of women right now, it's about the bag, it's about the purpose, it's about fulfillment. And anything that comes after that is cool and it's cute, right? But men's main focus is his purpose. And the way he moved through life is for usually wealth creation. So here's the thing about this. Each stage demands different qualities in a partner. And understanding these stages can help women navigate dating, marriage, relationships with clarity and strategy. So let's talk about something that I actually love to talk about because I had no clue about this. And when I learned about these 4 levels of the masculine wealth creation and their needs, everything changed for how I perceive romantic partners. So let's talk about it. The 4 levels of masculine wealth creation and their needs. Let's get into it. So I just want to do a quick disclaimer. These levels of wealth, right? These levels of wealth, they all have their place. If a man is 18, a young man is 18, he's probably going to be on level 1. That's okay. You may also find a man who is 52 may still be on level 1. That's not really a person you should be dating. And you'll discover why very, very shortly. But I just want to do that disclaimer. Every single level has its place. There's no right or wrong. You just have to determine what it is that you want, what you desire, based on who you are and who you are embodied as a woman. Are you naturally a go-getter? Do you like survival mode? Are you really like the trenches type of woman? If so, there's nothing wrong with that. You might be fit for a man who's looking for that in a woman. But if you find yourself to be very soft, very fluid, you prioritize your spirit, you find yourself in a very mystical energy, you may not be fit for a man who needs a ride or die chick. Let's get into it. Level 1, acquiring wealth. At this stage, a man is just beginning his journey, okay? He's either working a job, trying to find his purpose, or just has started a business. So his focus is entirely on building wealth from the ground up. So this is what he's looking for, ladies. He wants a woman who can build with him, okay? A partner who can go 50-50 on bills, cook, clean, and work a job. So he's drawn to more of like the huntress type of woman, a huntress type of energy who can handle the heavy lifting of supporting him as he establishes his foundation. Now, what you'll find in this level is that his nervous system is highly activated and stressed, right? His fight or flight response is often engaged because he's trying to prove himself. This is a very competitive world, right? So he's trying to prove himself. He's trying to survive. He's trying to gain stability and sustainability. He does lack patience and may be easily irritated or distracted. Mr. Scrolly, Mr. Like. That part. Now, let's have a little coconut cookie. Okay, there we go. Let's talk sexual energy because this part is important. The sex at this stage is often primal and release driven. It's less about connection and more about stress relief. Okay. He may not have the capacity to fully tune into your needs or deeply connect with you on an emotional level. His communication style, very low comprehension of your emotions and your needs. Conversations are often transactional, focused on goals, tasks, and what needs to get done. Now, his attachment style is often insecure or avoidant, right? So his focus on wealth building can make him emotionally unavailable or inconsistent in how he shows up for you. Here's the challenge. On level 1 of acquiring wealth, us women, we often pour our youth and energy into supporting this man, depleting ourselves emotionally and physically. We see it all the time. A man sees a woman, falls in love with a woman. She's radiant, she's youthful, skin glowing. Wow, she looks like purity. She reminds you of heaven and the innocence of a flower. But through the grit and the struggle and dealing with all of the attachment issues, the communication issues, the lack of endearment, adornment, proper nurturing, that flower then turns rugged, burned out, and depleted. So what I want to say about this level is, as long as a man ascends to the next levels, usually this relationship grows to be something very beautiful. But it takes a woman to be able to know that this is what's required of me based on where he is. Now, if you are a woman who are just very soft and you don't do really well with fast pace, you're not down for the cooking and cleaning and working and going half on bills, this is not a dynamic you want to force yourself in. This is not a dynamic you want to be manipulated into. And this is not a dynamic that's compatible to who you are authentically. Your femininity is your authenticity. So you want to always keep in mind what kind of woman you are. What are your strengths? Okay, because if your strengths are you can hold some weight, cool. This stage 1 might be a good stage for you to be in, although I wouldn't recommend it if you are already over the age of 21. So let's move on to level two. Let's talk level two. Level two, investing wealth. So the first one was acquiring wealth. Level one, acquiring wealth. Level two, investing wealth. So at this level, he's moved beyond survival, right? And is now focused on investing and making calculated decisions. He is penny pitching, very frugal, and very hyper focused on growth. What he is looking for, this is very, very pay close attention. This is what he's looking for. He needs a girl boss type of woman, someone business savvy, experienced, and financially literate. Real estate, finances, credit, business funding, things that can grow what he's already gritted and grinded for. So things that he can invest in to hurry up and get his return so he can grow his money. So what he's looking for in a partner is someone that can help him strategize, make smart investments, and actually grow his wealth. So he's not looking to take you out on a bunch of dates, do a lot of frivolous spending, no gifts like that, not really interested in excitement and enjoying life because he's just made it from the level one. He's at level two. He's like, okay, I got some money, I got some flow, I got some motion. I want to hear up and double this. Like, I'm in my Meek, it's like his Meek Mill era, right? If it was an archetype, like his Meek Mill era, it's like, okay, I want to flip it. I want to flip the bag. I want to get the money. I want to flip it. I need somebody. I need a woman, right? Clinging to the girl boss type of energy. Now let's talk about his nervous system. So his nervous system in this stage is still stressed, right? But slightly more regulated. He's starting to develop systems and routines, but is still prone to overwhelm. So his patience may improve slightly, but his frugality and focus on money can make him rigid and also emotionally unavailable. The sex, let's talk about the sex, let's talk about the intimacy. Sex may feel more like an obligation or a routine. It's functional rather than passionate, right? As his mind is preoccupied with financial concerns. His communication style improved, right? But still emotionally missing some depth, right? So he might discuss plans and investments, but struggle to fully comprehend or support your emotional needs. Now, the attachment style in this level two, invest in wealth, is a little bit more avoidant, right? The avoidant tendencies are still present. So he might prioritize work and investments over emotional connection, leaving you feel unseen and unheard and undervalued. So here's the challenge. The romantic courting phase fades quickly, and you may feel unappreciated as the focus shifts to financial growth. So if this is the same man from phase one and he's in phase two, the grit and the holding down and the 50-50, you're feeling like, I'm going to do this now because soon we'll have the freedom of the mind and he'll have the emotional capacity and, we'll get there. But in phase two, it's still not there. And that's where us as women, we start to see like, okay, this is where some decisions start to be made. Because you see like, you know what? In these pictures before I got with you, my skin was looking real good. You know what? In these pictures before I got with you, I was working out like maybe 4 times a week. I did not have a personal trainer. You know what? Yeah, I've been cooking, I've been cleaning. That's been so good. But when is the last time I got a manicure? This is when you start to revelate on life prior to you grinding out in level one and now deciding in level two how you're going to move forward. So let's talk level three, expanding wealth. So now that he has his rhythm and his flow, right, with wealth creation, He's accumulated wealth, okay, made some investments, and now he's ready to expand his horizons. Now, here's what he's looking for now. He desires a lover or a sage archetype of woman, someone who is fun, passionate, nurturing, and intellectually stimulating. Like he's drawn to a woman who can reignite his sense of adventure and bring creative romance and creativity to the romance and add warmth to life. Someone alive, someone deep, someone passionate. Now his nervous system is, more regulated. So now he wants this lover. He wants this sage. He no longer sees value in the huntress, the go-getting, the wake up grind, the warrior. That's not his vibe anymore. Now, I hope you're catching something as we're rolling through these different levels. Do you see how the taste and the desire for the type of woman changes based on where a man is financially? In the beginning, he want the combat boots, hiked up jeans, huntress, warrior, level 1. Level 2, he want the, okay, you've already got the bag. You're showing him how to flip the bag. You've already been in, but you're good at marketing. You're Miss Banker. Level 3, he want a lover. Now he ready to experience life. He want a lover. He wants someone passionate, very, 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 very nurturing, and also intellectually stimulating. Did you know this about the deep blue sea? Did you know? Oh, he's intrigued, and it adds warmth into his life. So level 3, his nervous system is much more regulated. He's gained confidence in his abilities, and he's more relaxed, right? He's more open to exploring new experiences. So let's talk sex. So sex becomes more passionate and connected. He craves emotional intimacy and desires a partner who can stimulate him intellectually, emotionally, and physically. His communication style significantly improved, right? He's more open to conversations, he listens better, and he's more attuned to your needs, right? So he's learning how to balance his desires with yours and may even begin to appreciate your actual emotional depth. The same emotional depth that you had in stage 1, but it was not valued because it wasn't valuable based on where he was financially. Attachment style, he's becoming more secure, okay? Level 3, more secure. He values connection and starts to see the importance of nurturing your emotional and spiritual needs as a part of his journey. Now, here's a challenge. Women who have spent years in level 1 and level 2, at this point, they may feel burnt out, disconnected from the feminine essence, and unable to fulfill this new role. Now, this is where you see the marriage turn divorce, the cheating, the infidelity. This is where you start seeing men need more than one woman. Let's be clear. Based on where a man is financially, his desire and his appetite for a woman shifts and change based on his purpose and where he is with his finances and his wealth building journey. So a woman who's been burnt out level 1, level 2, about time we get to level 3, you're seeing him have this desire for lover women. Like you're even seeing women walking by who got all this lover girl energy all up on her. You're seeing him like stare, watch, and almost gawk after. And you're just like, I don't have that in me. I'm tired. I'm trying to restore myself back again from the level 1 and the level 2 that I've been transforming in as you've been growing and I've been trying to keep up. In addition to having these children, in addition to my body shifting and changing, and the sex still ain't the best. So I haven't even really been satisfied really for real, intimately, emotionally, spiritually, physically, but I'm still hanging in there. But now you want me to shift again. Now your appetite has changed. Now you in love with the woman who just got a flower in her hair. She's dancing, she's prancing. All right. Let's talk about it. Level 4, wealth preservation. When a man is at this stage, he has achieved financial security and has fully stepped into his purpose. He's no longer in survival mode. He's in legacy mode. Okay, here is what he is looking for. He's drawn to a mystic, a maiden type of woman, playful, soft, radiant, spiritually aligned. He no longer wants someone to cook, clean, or build with him. Instead, he seeks a woman who can elevate his spiritual life and bring a sense of peace and joy and a higher purpose to his world. His nervous system, fully regulated and calm. It operates from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, which allows him to be more present and more patient. Sexually, sex is deep, it is intimate, it is spiritual, it is fulfilling. He craves emotional and energetic connection and wants to explore higher levels of intimacy and pleasure. He's curious. He is a little bit more maybe submissive to your ideals on what can go down in the bedroom. His communication style, masterful. He knows how to listen. He validates your feelings, and he creates an emotional safe space for you to express yourself. He is intentional about his words and his actions, striving to uplift and support you. His attachment style, fully secure. He knows how to love, nurture, and cherish without fear or avoidance. He's committed to building a deep and lasting connection. Here's a challenge. Men at this level, and we see it all the time, men at this level often seek younger and more radiant women, leaving the long-term partners feeling replaced or undervalued. Can we just have a moment of silence for the revelations that are happening right now, for the epiphanies that are happening right now? Just a quick moment of silence. If you go to the grocery store and you get a pack of water for maybe $5, and it's 20 bottles of water in that pack, you take out one bottle of water. That bottle of water maybe equates to, let's say, a quarter, 25 cents. The same bottle of water, same brand, same size, is now at a baseball game, at a food stand. That same bottle of water is now $3. You take a trip to the Middle East, fly Emirates, that same bottle of water is $10. Same brand, same size, same brand, size, but the price is $10. The bottle of water did not change. It was what it was. It came from the same sea stream that all the other ones came from: the grocery store, the baseball game, and Emirates airline. What's the difference? The value, the perceived value of where this bottle of water is. If you are in a romantic dynamic that feels unaligned, you're most likely not the appropriate archetype for where this man is in his wealth building journey. And the reason why I'm bringing up and I'm speaking on wealth is because that's the core focus of a man, building wealth and legacy. So it's very and vitally important for you to know which level he's in, so you can indicate and you can be able to understand if you fit the dynamic, and not to force yourself in a dynamic where you do not fit. I'll give you an example. If you are mysterious, You prioritize your spiritual practices like you have slow mornings. Your mornings are so slow that sometimes you take 3 hours to get prepared for the world to be able to have access to you. If you are whimsical, if you're playful, if you're maiden-like, you shouldn't be dating anyone on level 1 or 2 of wealth creation. You should be dating level 3, going on 4, like a 3 that's getting ready to graduate to 4 or 4. Now, if you are very, very domestic, because that's what you love, like you love to clean, you love to cook, you love to hold down the home, you're really like you really deal with life on earth. You're very like you love those domestic duties, and that's more of your thing. You may be okay with the level 2, right? As again, this is if you are in that energy of like, yeah, I want to grow with a person. Like I want to build them up. I want to, allow my feminine energy to be leveraged in their journey, because that's exactly what happens when you are in a man's world, period. Your feminine revitalizing energy that comes from your womb, that's the same magic. Yes, that can create a human. Yeah, but that's the same magic that births businesses. That's the same magic that alchemizes things. That's the same magic that transmute thing. That's the same magic that you use when you think of something and you think of it with deep emotion and you do your little ritual thing. And then the next day it appear. Yeah, that's revitalizing feminine womb energy. So a man just being in proximity, this is my tripod. A man just being in proximity with that energy, he's going to benefit from. So this is why I want you to never in your life answer the question, what do you bring to the table? If someone ever asks you the question, what do you bring to the table? Get up and walk away from whatever table that you're sitting at. Because the power that you have is so big. It's so strong. It's so transformative. And it is so valuable. So understand these 4 levels and know the difference between chemistry and true compatibility. Take some time. Think about where you are at right now, how you are really feeling. And if you have any questions or gray areas about where your partner or the partners that you've been considering, where they are, think of their communication style. Think of their attachment style. How much patience do they really have with you for real? Are they always in a rush? Do they create a safe space for you to express, or they come off as, I don't even got time for this? Why? Because they don't. They're racing against the clock for success. So this video may be a tad bit triggering. And I wanted to, because through our triggers, that's where we can change, and that's where we can grow, and that's where we can evolve. And if you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm only dating 4s from now on, I'm glad you know what you want. Because sometimes we don't know what we want. We just know we want a good person. We just know we want to be happy. We just know we want to be in a relationship. We just know we want to be loved. I affirm that this video has helped you get way more clear on what you want. Because a woman who is in her mystique and maiden energy, which means that you are naturally playful, you're curious, you like to be taken care of, right? You give princess energy, you give queen energy, you give princess energy, then go for the 4s. I'm gonna tell you straight up, go for the 4s. Not from a financial perspective. Mind you, I didn't say anything about what you gain from these dynamics. I'm talking about the emotional capacity, the nervous system that you're gonna have to deal with, the communication style that you're gonna have to have to deal with, the patience level that you're gonna have to deal with, and the potential, let's be very clear, the potential that the type of woman that he's attracted to may change, and you may not be able to shift with that change because it's not who you are naturally. So, I affirm this did everything it was supposed to do. I will link this ebook If you have any questions, let me know. I want to hear from you in the comments. Let's talk. I love you.